Welcome everybody to another One Piece series on the channel. I know Isekai Alex is here with me. He doesn't know what the heck I'm even going to be talking about.
Not at all.
I just told him that I had a One Piece series and I was going to run by him, and we are going to just kind of talk about it on the channel. See what he thinks about it. So in the newest chapter of One Piece, there's a scene with Drake and Hawkins, where as Hawkins walks, or not Hawkins, as Drake walks in the room, Hawkins is kind of doing his kind of fortune telling thing that he does, where he can like look at a percent chance of something happening. And as Drake is beginning to talk to him, Hawkins says there's a 1% chance. And Drake is like, what's going on? And he says there's a 1% chance that this man will be alive by tomorrow. He says that, right? That's what he says? Be alive by tomorrow?
The chances of a certain man surviving until tomorrow.
Yeah. So I've seen a lot of people talking about this, and I've seen people say, oh, well, clearly he's talking about Drake because he didn't say who it was, or clearly he's talking about Luffy or Kaido. No, he's not. I don't think he's talking about any of them. I think he's talking about Trafalgar Law. I think that Hawkins was doing a reading on Law to see what are the odds of basically somebody, probably including Hawkins, taking him out before he can get out of Onigashima. My evidence to back this up is the last time we saw Hawkins interact with many people, like the last time we saw Hawkins in action, he got beat up by Law, who just escaped prison.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, of course he's going to want to do something about that. He's not just going to get beat up and not do anything about it. Unless his little fortune teller thing tells him that's probably a bad idea. And I'm also with the group of people that does not think Law is surviving Onigashima. I don't think he's going to survive Wano. I don't remember what the story is, but there's a legendary like story in folklore in Japan. Checking 101's done videos on this, where it's talking about characters that are very similar to Law and Doflamingo and all that, and it references a character that's going to betray their friends, and that person doesn't survive until the end. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Tekking's video again to really like go into further detail about this. So I'll probably do another video on this in the future, especially if there's any more evidence to back me up. But I don't see why Hawkins would be doing a reading on Kaido, Luffy, or Drake. Like, yeah, I know some people are saying, oh well, Drake was being taken to be beat up by Queen, but I don't think that was Hawkins.
Which has a possibility of that being still.
I don't think that was Hawkins' like plan. I don't think Hawkins knew what was going on there. I think that was all who's who.
I mean, it said man, so it could be talking about Yamato.
Possibly, but we have not seen Hawkins and Yamato interact.
We've never seen it, but we doesn't say they
We've
haven't.
seen Law beat the crap out of Hawkins the last time they interacted.
Hawkins deserves it, by the by. He's a terrible character anyway.
I'm really set on this idea, and I'm gonna look for more evidence to do an update video. But I don't think Law is surviving Wano. I don't 100%. I don't believe he's surviving Wano. What do you think?
I mean, it's always the wrong opinion. So even if your theory's wrong, that just kind of helps you on that. But I mean, it could literally be anybody. That's the thing. Like, everybody's running around like, who is it? But I'm just like, it could literally be anybody. It could be technically it could be the author. You never know that. He's a man.
The only person that Hawkins has real connection with and wanting to know how they're going to survive is either Luffy or Law.
But doesn't he have a team beforehand? Like, he was a captain.
Hawkins, his whole crew got decimated by Kaido when he's forced to join.
All of them.
Yeah, that's kind of what Kaido does.
Okay, like literally every single one. Because Kid
remember?
had one. He might be talking about Kid.
Kid had one, and then Killer, his white-handed man, was forced to eat a smile devil fruit in order for them not to die.
What if, let's say, he is friends with Kid? Then might he be worried about Kid?
Let me ask you this: do you think Law will survive Wano?
Overall, probably.
You think Trafalgar Law is surviving Wano?
He's got a really good ability for running away.
Here's the thing, though. We've heard all about how OP his fruit is. His fruit can literally make somebody immortal. Well, obviously, somebody like Im-sama probably, and Blackbeard, and the world government, all of them are probably going to want that fruit. Mm-hmm. And if he dies and that fruit goes into play, especially during the war, that would be a very big prize for all sides to want to get a hold of.
I mean, yeah, and depending on what Law says, if he has to save Drake, he could make him immortal.
And where does the Law go after this anyway? Like, his goal was to make sure that Doflamingo and Kaido went down because of Roshinate and the way they killed him. So after that's done, what does he have left to do in the story? Nothing. He doesn't care about the One Piece.
He does not care about it. I mean, if he dies, who do you want to have the fruit to?
I think if he dies, it'll either go to Im-sama and be taken to the Red Line.
Okay, what type of fruit is it though?
It's the op fruit.
Yes, what type is it?
It is a Paramecia.
Paramecia. And what is Chopper's currently wearing?
Chopper's is a zone.
He's a zone. So, I mean, if it's not, it might just be that Blackbeard is just, you can take it, but you just get the wrong one, you're screwed. Technically, Chopper might have a possibility of that.
Yeah, obviously.
Like it is, we at this point, I'm pretty sure we all know the three soul thing with Blackbeard theories, and I've been with that one for a while. But I mean, it's always just a possibility that you have to have a different type of zone.
Here's the thing, though: if say Blackbeard gets a hold of it, he doesn't have to eat it himself. He has other crew members. He could give it to his doctor on his crew, and then that doctor could perform the immortality surgery on him, making Blackbeard immortal.
Well, I mean, whoever it is, they have to awaken it all the way.
Did they ever say it had to be awakened?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think they've ever said it had to be awakened. It's just a power of the op fruit. But I think that is one of the most coveted fruits in the entire series, I think. And I don't think Oda would have mentioned the immortality thing if it wasn't going to come into play later. And in order for it to come into play later, Law has to die.
I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense. I mean,
the only people I don't see getting a hold of it are Straw Hats. That fruit is going to be used for evil one way or another.
I mean, unless somebody there gets it, like if somehow Chopper eats it with accidentally and then you find out, like he could do that. Oda might do something like that.
Chopper's already got a fruit. He'd explode.
Where's your proof?
It's
just what everybody says.
Vegapunk.
And what about Blackbeard?
Blackbeard has a different kind of body. They've mentioned this multiple times.
Okay, but Chopper, he might be
one
different.
Thing people might say in the comments is, oh, well, how are the Marines going to get a hold of it if they're not there in Wano? Drake actually mentions later in the chapter when he has a flashback with Kobe that it's not time yet. So for him to call in reinforcements. So I think the Marines have a plan. I think the Marines are going to show up to Wano. And we're going to have some kind of like giant three-way battle between them, Kaido, and Luffy's gang.
I think the army doesn't really care too much about Luffy right this minute. I think they're mainly looking for two of the Yonkai.
Yeah,
if they can get a third, cool. If not, we don't care.
They want to stop. They want to stop the two Yonkai from teaming up. But here's the problem: they're just not gonna let the Straw Hats go. They're not just gonna let them waltz do whatever they want. If a admiral goes there, they're gonna stop everybody.
Depends which admiral.
And we don't even know what these SSG that the government has that supposedly can take down all these warlords. They could bring whatever these SSGs are, and they could take them to Wano and a full-scale assault on Kaido and on Luffy and Big Mom.
Well, it depends how much time they've had to do it. I mean, they didn't directly tell which day it did and how many days they've had to get there. And I know they get the quickest way of getting there, but it's.
Well, I mean,
it has an opportunity.
We don't know where they are now. All we know, last time we saw the Marines, they were going to
attack.
They were attacking all the warlords, but we don't know we don't know what's going on after that.
But Mihawk is there, so I mean, they're not winning for all of it.
Well, we don't know because Mihawk has to go up against an admiral, and we don't know which admiral it is.
Which admiral can't he kill?
I don't think he can take Akainu, the fleet admiral. I also don't think he could beat Kizaru, the light fruit.
Well, I mean, his speed, depending.
Also,
but other people have caught up.
I also don't think he could beat Fujitora, the gravity fruit.
I mean, to be fair, there's one person that might be able to do it better, but rust fruit, cough cough. But he has a good chance of kind of helping there. But
I'm gonna put out a poll on Twitter. Let me know what you guys think on Twitter and on YouTube. I'm gonna put a poll on both. Do you think Law will survive Wano? And if not, who do you think will get a hold of the fruit?
I mean, I still think he's gonna survive. I don't know. Like this is what he really wants to do, but he might just go with Luffy.
I think his significance is going to be done with the story after this. He has no further reason to do what he's doing.
I mean, cough cough. Can I trade out Chopper for Law?
It's not going to happen as much as I wish it would happen.
Because I mean, I get it's one of the cowardly.
Can we
we can have two doctors.
Can we keep Beppo?
Hey, I've been to the hospital and I had 3 different doctors before, so can they at least get 2?
I want to keep Beppo at least.
I want I want both.
Beppo is amazing. I love Beppo.
There's a lot of people we all want to recruit from this current arc. Like, honestly, at this point there is 1, 2, 3, 4 people that we want to just automatically have recruit. Not Kid. Nobody wants Kid in the crew. He has his own.
My evidence really was just Hawkins hasn't been dead, obviously, against Law. Law he fits in with that fable in Japanese mythology of the guy who betrays his friends and then dies. It fits too well for me that Law wouldn't be the one that Hawkins is talking about having a 1% chance of winning or dying.
Okay, well, here's a question: who do you think he would use the ultimate surgery?
I don't think Law's going to use the ultimate surgery.
I mean,
I think Law's going to die, and then somebody that's not good is going to get to recruit and do the surgery.
See, that's the thing. He knows that.
Doesn't matter if he's dead.
But if he's when he knows he might die, I think he might do it.
If Kaido Thunder Bagura's him and knocks his head off, there's nothing you can do about that.
Well, let's see. Like, honestly, that's what with Kaido, he barely ever gets hurt. Like, he might have had the surgery. Just think about that.
I don't think Kaido would be trying to commit suicide if he knew he couldn't die.
Oh, it's not that he can't.
That would be kind of
trying
weird.
to find a way to die.
Kaido, I still believe my theory from before that Kaido wants to die a glorious death because Rox ran away like a coward and died a quiet life without anybody knowing.
I mean, fair enough, but I think that he might actually use that on Luffy.
I don't think so.
I think he might.
I think Luffy's dead. I think Luffy's a dead man walking.
Who?
Luffy's going to be dead by the end of the series. He's going to go out just like Goldie Roger did.
From a sick?
From something. He's going to die from something. Remember, he has had his lifespan reduced significantly.
Hence why this would be the best way to just fix that.
I don't think having an immortal main character would be very good for stories.
I've seen quite some that are quite good.
Anyway, let us know what you got down below. This is a bit of a shorter video, but it's just a One Piece theory.
Back to the basement.